Assalamu alaikum, everybody. So the trip was wonderful. The only bad part is that when you're going from Alexandria to Damascus and Damascus to Alexandria, there's a flight in the morning and a flight in the evening. So you basically have 7 or 8 hours that you have to wait. Now, if the trip wasn't delayed 2 hours in Alexandria, I would have had Amman would have given me a free room for my stay so that I could go and take a nap. But because it delayed 2 hours, I just missed that limit. So I actually went to the Musalla, the place of prayer, and I laid down there and I chilled most of my time there. I sat down, I walked around. It was really interesting. Would have been boring, but I was like, I want to talk to people because I love talking to people. So I met a Yemeni immigrant couple. They're U.S. citizens, and an Iraqi from Baghdad. He's an oil engineer at Schlumberger, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's a French company. If you ever know or have heard of oil in a place, I guarantee you that they're there. They're there. They're all over the world. They're huge. They do a lot of testing. Really interesting company. Hard to get into, but they're top quality. I also met an Iraqi family going to the United States for the very first time as refugees. So I got a taste of different dialects. And I want to spend the next year working on listening to Baghdadi, Iraqi, and Yemeni from Sana'a. So I asked them, I told them, tell me the different channels, tell me the different shows. I spent some time looking, listening to channels, and then I also want to start with the Gulf states. So basically, I want to get the capital countries that are in the Levant. I'm good on that, except if a person from Amman is originally Bedouin, I can't understand them very well. It's very hard for me. But Iraq, I think I'm pretty good on that. I've heard them from different places, and I understand basically, over 98% of what they say. I heard some from Riyadh, but not the Bedouin people. Again, what's on TV, and it was very simple. And so I'm just moving my way through the Gulf. Kuwait, still, I have to get used to the fact that they take certain letters and they make it into a ya, like a j becomes a ya, which is weird. Like Rayal, I think is what they say for Rajul. Rayol. I don't know how they say it, but I heard there's something they switch into it. Or a qaf maybe becomes a ya. If anybody knows, please share. And I'll do Algerian, Tunisian, and Moroccan when I start French. Sudani I feel comfortable with as well. So I'm just trying to get everything, and Libyan I feel comfortable with as well, except northwest Libyan, closer to the Trablos. I have to really listen now. There's a person from there who I've been speaking to a lot. He speaks very quickly, and I just have to really focus and I can get it. But I only catch maybe 70% of what he's saying. And from the context, I understand the main idea. But they're closer to Tunis. Sorry, not Tunis, that's Arabic. Tunisia. And so I'll take care of those dialects later, but I want to focus on those. And it's slowly coming in. Once you know a dialect and once you know formal Arabic, it's just slowly coming through. Amman to Damascus was a flashback experience. All of the passengers were American-born of Syrian origin, and their mothers who are immigrants. It's weird. It reminded me of my childhood, because, I was in that situation, though I didn't go to Syria until last year. Their jokes, their language, their relationship to each other, it was just really weird. Imagine yourself and seeing yourself, 10 years later, and it was just so weird. I'm watching them, and I'm like, look at these interesting specimens. I mean, they're Syrian, Syrian Americans. Their parents are immigrants. They're speaking this English, very well, yet they're not, people who are native to America, as in have lived there for thousands of years. I mean, even white people aren't, just so you know. But it's just really interesting. It's the dynamics that happen when you have an immigrant population. You got to realize also that much of my early childhood was spent with other Syrian Americans. So I look at these mothers as if they're my aunts. We say in the community, we say khale, which is my mother's sister. And it's a type of aunt. In elementary school, they were my teachers. So it was just weird. Now I'm just gonna, even though I titled this as Amman, or Transit in Amman, I'm actually gonna continue. Actually, I'll just stop it right there, and I'll talk about Syria in the next one. Alright, so